Hey guys, it's Zach here, and today's video is going to be a quick farming guide. Now note, this farming guide isn't for the XP, it is for the money, because a lot of people complain they cannot make money in Runescape. I'm going to show you a quick way that is very little effort used, and you can do about every 2 to 4 hours depending on the seeds involved here, and it makes some decent money. So first off, we're going to look at what I'm wearing for for the farm run. You can change this up a bit, but the required items is magic catchers, or just if you don't have them, regular catchers. Magic catchers you will harvest more crops, more herbs from it, so they're really worth getting. A ring of dueling you're going to need. I'm going to show you why later on in the video. And then I'm just wearing my light gear outfit, so you can change something off, or if you have an already cape, use that, as I will explain later in the video. In your inventory, you want to have a combat bracelet. If you do not have an already cape, this is kind of the downgrade of it, because I don't. If you do have an already cape, use that instead, and that clears up one inventory space. You want to have an explorer's ring 3. If you don't have that, you can bring a glory to tell you to Drainer Village, or tell you to Falador and just run down to the patch. You want to have a magic watering can. If you don't have a magic watering can, you want to have a regular watering can. And then you want to have an ectophilia. If you don't have that, you want to be able to tell you to Canfist to be able to run to the patch. Now, as the seeds are concerned, you want to have 5 toadflax seeds. The reason it's toadflax instead of any other seed is this is once again for the money, not the XP. If you're going for XP, this isn't the guide to watch. So you want to have 5 toadflax seeds, 4 marigolds, 1 evil turnip. That's optional and only brings in about 6k, but it is pretty easy, so I just do it right with it. I do a belladonna as well. This is not for money. This is optional if you want to do it with the money making way, because it gives 500 XP and it's really cheap. And then you want to buy a Morchello mushroom spore. The levels for the requiring items are 38 for the toadflax farming, 2 farming for the marigolds, 42 farming for the evil turnip, 63 for the belladonna, and 74 for the mushroom spore. So if you can't do any of this, just drop the seed, don't bring it with you, and bank on the super compost. You want to have in total 11 super compost. Reason being, the evil turnip does not need evil super compost. Every other seed does though. Then as well, you want to bring a teleport to Trollham, or if you can't, the runes to teleport to Trollham. And then you want to bring a Camelot teleport, or yet again, if you're on regular magics, you can bring the tele runes to tell you to Camelot. So to start off the farm run, usually I start in Edgeville, and then I go to the mushroom spore first. If you can't do this, just ignore the step of the trip, and you can see once we go to the toadflax. So in order to get to the mushroom spore, you want to tele using any of the fairy rings to here. Then you want to use the fairy ring code CKS. That code will bring you right next to the mushroom spore area. As you can see, I already have it saved there, so CKS. I tell you there, and you're gonna see this is the main money maker on these farm runs. Mushroom spores and belladonnas you can only do every 4 hours approximately. So what I do is I do toadflax, marigold, and evil turnip run every 2 hours. Then every 4 hours I do the full farming run, which is this with the mushroom spore and the belladonna, and then repeat. If you don't want to do the farm runs that often, you can just do it once every 4 hours if you want, and do the mushroom spores as well if you can do them. A little quick note thing is you want to use the super compost there. The mushroom spore is all you need for that, then to put on. As well, your herbs and the mushroom spores and that you can use on the tool leprechaun, and it will note it for you, so it saves a lot of inventory space. Next, you want to teleport to Trollham, and then you're gonna run west through, coming down here west, climb over the barriers, and you're just gonna follow over to the herb patch. As you can see, I'm going to show this one in the future. The other ones will be shown on a faster route. This one's just showing a little slower. So I can talk about some other stuff as well. Note as well, something to bring is the seed dibbler, spade, and rake. I'll have in my tool belt. You can bank them, just put them in your tool belt, so that way you don't have to bring them on you. You can just bring them in your tool belt, and it saves yet again more inventory space. Now, this is the longest one to get to. If you're using the Juju potions, I suggest you wait. You start off on this one first, and wait until you get to the patch to use the Juju potion. As you can see right here, it takes a little bit to get to the patch. And we're almost there, so you just come down here, and then run through here and climb up that ladder, and then run a little bit north and you'll see the patch. Now on all these patches, you want to use your super compost first once you've cleared the patch, and then your seeds on them. The reason being, super compost, it has a longer chance to live, as well as and more, it will harvest more. So as you to cabbage port to the next one after. No, any of these you can do in a different order. This is just the order I do mine, and personally, as you can see, the cabbage port, once you're there, you're basically right here. And you just repeat with the toeflax. For the marigolds first, you're going to want to pick them. There's an extra step for them. You want to put the super compost again down, the seed, and then the magic watering can. And then just repeat with the same thing as the toeflax. Now, as you can see, you'll be here when you're doing that farming patch. In order to go to the belladonna and evil turnip, you just want to run up here and go through the fence. As you can see, once you get up there, you just want to squeeze through the broken rail. Both the belladonna and the evil turnip are optional. You do not have to do them. But as you can see, when you pick the belladonna, it gives 500 XP. The reason I do personally the belladonna and the evil turnip is it's a little extra XP, even though this is for the money, and it's right near the patch, so you might as well do it. And the evil turnip, it's an extra 6k or whatever, so it's for a pretty easy effort. Some little money extra and some a little extra XP if you're to get your levels up as well. If you do not have the requirements to do the mushroom spore yet, I would strongly recommend doing both of those if you're just going to be doing these herb runs to get XP as well. Next, you want to rub the combat bracelet, as again this is the lower version, and run to the ranging guild and run south. Or you want to use your arty cloak, and if you use your arty cloak, you'll be right at the patch. If you come to the ranging guild, you just want to run south, come down here a bit, go off the path you can remember, just come along here, follow this, and just head straight down. That's something to remember. And then you'll be right there at the patch, and just repeat the same steps as another toeflax / marigold spot. Once you're done both the marigold and the toeflax picking, you're going to use your exta file. As you can see, when you tell me you'll be right here, you just want to come north a bit, and then run west to the farming patches, another toeflax and marigold area. Once you're here, you just want to repeat the following steps, clearing the toeflax and the marigold. Remember to put the super compost down first on the toeflax and then the seed. As for the marigold, you want to super compost first, seed, then water can. Once you're done both, you want to tell to Camelot, and then you're going to run east. And once you come to Camelot, just run east, and you'll run right into the farming patch in about a few seconds. As well, if you're using the normal watering can, those are the fountains. I suggest you refill your watering can there. Once you're here, you're at the end of the farm run. You just repeat the following steps, and then you're going to want to make super compost, which I will show you in a second. As you can see there, though, my herbs did not make it, sadly. Alright, once you're done, I'm going to show you the step to making the super compost in a second. We're going to price check our how much we made this farming run to see. For example, this is the full, remember, the more shell mushrooms, as again showed you, they make 100k. And you always get 9, by the way, of those, so really worth doing. The marigolds, as well, add a little extra profit to it. And then the main is the herbs there. As you can see, 300k for about 5 minutes of work. Not too bad, guys. This can be repeated again every 2 hours to 4 hours, depending on the 2 hours. Every 2 hours I do for the toeflax, marigolds, and the evil turnip. Then the belladonna and mushroom spores take every 4 hours to do. So every other farm run you can do those. Now, to make compost, you want to open up your compost bin and empty it. In the future, if you don't have it already, I'll show you in a second. You want to empty the compost, and you're going to be getting your super compost back. You get more than that. You use 11 super compost on a regular full farm run, but you get 15 back every time. Then you want to come to the bank down here, and what I do is you bank everything, and you take out 10 more buckets, even though you don't need them. All those buckets, you take out the 10 buckets, and take out 15 watermelons. The reason watermelons is they're very cheap, and they're used to make super compost. If you don't have them already, I would buy the watermelons. Then you just run back up, as shown, and you finish emptying out your compost bin. And then once you're done that, you want to add the watermelons to it. Once you're done there, as you see the bucket, so you just use the watermelons on it, and it will put all of them in. Once you're done, you just want to close your compost bin, and the contents inside will begin rotting. You can refill your compost every farm run you do. So now for the final step in this farm run, you want to use your ring of dueling and teleport to the duel arena. If this is going to be your first time, you're going to want to buy a cactus seed as well as a super compost and come down here. Basically, you do not replace this every time you do it, you just leave it. You come down south of the duel when you teleport to the duel arena and pick the spines. The reason you can get 3 spines every time you do it, and it grows back every about hour, these 3. If you want, what I do is sometimes I'll log out here, and then when I log back in like an hour later, I'll pick some more. As you can see as well, that's an extra 20k, so we made 310k in that farm run. So that's the end of the farm run, guys. Thank you for watching. As you can see, it is great money to do and very little effort implied as well. As you can see, anyone can do that for money. The only restriction is you may not have enough for the mushroom spores, but I think everyone can achieve at least 38 farming guys to do the toflax, the marigolds, and as those are the main things. After that, then the evil turnips, remember, are 42 farming. The belladonnas are 63 and the mushroom spores are 74. When you get the mushroom spores though, that's an extra 100k every full farm run. Quickly, I just want to show, if you still aren't convinced why you should do farm runs, this is what I've saved up for a bit of farming. As you can see, it really does add up. I mean, if you had nothing, you'd use it every so often. Even if you don't play Runescape much, look, there's 21 mil guys right there. So money is easy to make on this game, guys, and I plan on doing more guys in the future, but that is as easy as it gets, guys, to get money, and it does add up over time. Even every day, if you do it consistent, you can make 1 mil a day, and that may not seem like much, but that's 1 mil added to whatever else you're doing if you're trying to make money, sorry. But anyways, that comes to the end of the guide. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully this helped you out, and hopefully I can see you guys doing some farm runs. So see you guys.